Well, as far as nice coaches go, there are coaches out there who seem to play the part as being like the
players coach type guy.
Now, what's the opposite of a players coach?
Bill Walsh. George Seifert.
Okay, so meet in the middle, and you get Mike Tomlin. You get a Mike Tomlin.
No, Mike Tomlin's not a players coach.
I think he
Where's
is.
Antonio Brown? Where's Le'Veon Bell?
But he allowed them to be the prima donnas that they were until they just worn out their welcome.
Being a players coach is more than just letting your players be who they want to be. I think being a players coach is because there's more people on the team than just those guys. You have to. I was just saying we never saw any drama like that here under a guy like Ron Rivera. We never saw it under John Fox either, and we had Steve Smith.
Right.
So we did see it in the dumb case.
But I saw a broken eye socket in the article.
But it was quickly diffused.
Yeah. I mean, I seen Greg Hardy beat the hell out of that girl.
But and at the same time,
that's different than prima donna letting prima donnas come and essentially run your team,
right?
Or favoring a player. I think one of the biggest things I think the Pittsburgh Steelers, one of the biggest mistakes they made was that they acquiesced so much to Ben Roethlisberger. Don't get me wrong, he's a Hall of Famer, but I think that led to them losing two better players in Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell.
I think Antonio Brown is batshit crazy.
Oh no, he is. Yeah,
I agree with both of y'all's points. I get it. Yeah. But let's talk about Mike Tomlin. Okay, so we had a heated conversation a couple weeks ago about whether or not he's a legitimate coach or whether or not he's underrated. And Ronnie, I think you were in support of Mike Tomlin and what he's done. Yes. I was pretty critical. So right now they're 7-5, and after we get done recording this pod, they're probably gonna be 8-5 because they're playing the Arizona Cardinals. So with all of those guys gone, with Roethlisberger hurt right now, like let's talk about it. Like, are we staying pat with where we were a couple weeks ago?
I feel vindicated. This guy's an excellent coach, man. He's that guy. He's the leader of men. He's the true leader of men. We need someone like that here. He's only 47 years old. I think age matters to Temple. One thing I think Temple wants stability long term.
Right.
I'm gonna ride it out with this coach, and we're gonna build something together. And so I feel vindicated. Like he has taken the second and third string quarterbacks and won games. We thought they were dead in the water, stupid for trading for Minka Fitzpatrick. They look like freaking geniuses.
Yeah.
I
think the proof is in the pudding, man. Let's not forget he has had Mason Rudolph and whoever's behind him as his two quarterbacks to work with this season. After all this drama, after all this Antonio Brown crap, after all the injuries they suffer, because let's be truthful, there's a lot of the Panthers faithful who've made so much of injuries and who we've lost. Even me, I've said Kawan Short many times, but the Steelers, they keep rolling, they keep winning. I mean,
So hold up. How much credit we gonna give them for beating?
I got you. Let Jamal keep going.
Yeah, I don't even have to name the teams off.
Yeah. Let Jamal keep going. Keep going.
No. I'm listening.
So, and my bad to steal your thunder.
No, you good.
Okay. Look, y'all. I was just about to say the AFC is trash. However. Okay. But what matters more than anything?
Wins.
And I want to remind y'all of something. We did lose to West Meck Indians last week, so
and we lost to the Falcons twice. And we lost to Tampa week 1. So, and we lost to the Rams, who are not even in the playoffs.
If Mike Tomlin, with all these losses that he's had to players, if he is still finding a way to win, no matter who they're beating or losing to, whereas Carolina is not, what is that saying about our organization?
Our organization is in a reshuffling phase. They have stability. They've built the program. They have an identity. Defense has always been, when Pittsburgh has been good, they've always had a good defense. Look at T.J. Watt, leading candidate for Defensive Player of the Year. Minka Fitzpatrick is killing it.
He's also a leading candidate for dirtiest player of the decade.
Okay, so real quick, because we got to move on in a little bit. So as far as Pittsburgh go, they've beaten Cincinnati twice. They've beaten the Chargers. They've beaten the Dolphins. They've beaten the Colts, the Rams, Cleveland, and they're probably going to beat the Cardinals today.
That's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, these are the teams that they've lost to. These are the teams they've lost to. New England, Seattle, San Fran, Baltimore, and then they got a loss to Cleveland as well. So, do you guys still stay where you?
I do. I'm gonna tell you why. They're doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They're losing to the teams they're supposed to lose to, and they're beating the teams they're supposed to beat. It's that simple, man. So yeah.
So if they're doing what they're supposed to do, hey Charlotte Hornets, then is he deserving of all this praise if he's just doing what he's supposed to do? Because also keep in mind with the teams that they're beating. You got Cleveland sitting at 6-7 in the division, and you got Cincinnati sitting at a woe for 1-12. So it's a weak division in addition to the teams. Baltimore,
they took Baltimore to overtime, lost in overtime.
Yeah, and I think there's levels to it, man. There's nuance to it because one thing I can't really comment on. It's not like I watch Pittsburgh every week.
Yeah.
So I would much rather answer that question if I could see how prepared they look on the field.
Yeah.
One thing y'all are not gonna argue with the Panthers is how unprepared we looked on the field the last month. So yeah, there you have it.
At the end of the day, like you guys said, they're beating teams that are supposed to be in spite of all the injuries, in spite of the players that they've lost. Speaking of